G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I am going to do a video today for you that is totally inspired by a lady in my Facebook group, Kay Price. Hi Kay! She did this amazing flowers in my extra large bubble tray, which is this one. I also have the large. So that's the large, that's the extra large. And then if you want to do a whole set, there's also coasters, all bubbles, bubble coasters, bubble trays. Anyway, I really loved her. So I actually had these flowers. I bought them to put in my like 3D blooms and things like that because they're quite heavy, and I was hoping that I could use those. So I'm going to use those today, see how they go. And I've got all different size bubbles. I've got different size flowers, so that'll work as well. And I wanted to back the tray with white. So these ones here, these daisies, they're white. And I thought, if I put those in, I'm not going to be able to really see them against the white background. So these ones are a little bit more creamish, cream color. But again, I think I'm going to just keep those for another day, and we'll just use the bright colored ones today. You want to jump in there, do you? Okay. So we'll keep them for another time, and we'll get started. So what I want to do is I'm using the Platinum Ultra Clear because it's a really thin resin. It's like water. So that's what I'm going to use today. So what I basically want to do is I want to put a flower in each. The bigger flowers will fit into these bigger areas, and then the little tiny flowers will fit into the really tiny little areas like that. I don't have, I mean, this could take a bigger one, but I don't have any bigger ones. That's about it. So what I'm going to do is I mixed up 50 grams of A and 22 grams of B, and I'm just going to pop it in there just because it's shallow. And then I'm going to put my little flower in and let it get nice and wet with resin. And see, there's still bubbles in there. Don't know how well that's going to work. I might have to try something different. What if I put it on a bit of plastic like that? I don't know whether that's... I think those are bubbles in there. Do they look like bubbles in there? I think so. They've kind of been trapped. Are they? Yes, they are. They're bubbles. Yeah, see, this is going to be a little bit more tricky than I had anticipated because there is going to want to be bubbles in there. And I don't know that we're going to be able to get them all out, but anyway, that's the best we're going to be able to do, I think. I'll leave that bit of plastic there. So now I'm either going to put a little bit of resin in each and then put the flower in, or I can maybe just put the flower in. Not sure yet, you guys. I'm working it out as I go. But yeah, I am going to just sort of dunk that. This one is all right. This one doesn't seem to have too many bubbles in it. So I'm just going to pop it like that. Hopefully it's... I think I will put a tiny bit of resin into each. Just got a little cup. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I sort of wanted to do this yet. So we'll just experiment together. Just start with these ones around here. I'll put a little bit of clear in each of these, just so that we're not getting any air trapped underneath the flower. I probably think that's maybe the better way to go, but really not sure. So I'll do a few for you in front of you, and then I will put you on a time lapse because it's just going to be the same thing. Don't torch these, okay? Don't torch them because they're very shallow. You'll burn your mold. You're better off having a couple of little bubbles than a ruined mold. Okay? That's what I reckon anyway. All right, so let's pop that in upside down. So it's got resin on the flower, it's got resin in the bubble. Hopefully it will be all right. You jump out. It's easier just doing it that way actually, letting the resin fall over the top of it rather than me putting it in upside down and trapping bubbles. That seemed to have worked quite well. I don't know if that's the right size for that one. Oh gosh, hope so. All right, let's try one of these big green ones. So I'm going to pop it in there and then just let that resin flow over it. Yep, that worked. That worked. There's no bubbles in that one. Well, not that I can see anyway. And then we'll put you in there because it's already got resin on it. So going into resin. Look, I don't know. There may still be a few bubbles. It's hard to know until it's done. I should have actually put these in different sizes, in the different size categories, so that I was ready for them. I put a little bit more resin in that. Okay, this is working better, you guys, I think. I don't see a bubble in there. Do you see any bubbles? If they are, they're minuscule. There we go. Now, it doesn't matter if your flower that you're using sticks up a bit because we're going to fill this later on anyway, and the height of these flowers, it's not going to matter. They're a little bit higher. I'm just going to clean the bottom of this cup so I can put it down here. Put a bit more in there. So basically that's all I'm going to do. Let's try one of these little teensy weensy ones. Pop it in, let it sink down. I can see if there's any bubbles there and give it a bit of a tap. That one has got one bubble, but look, I can't be here for hours. Is that the smallest? I think that's the smallest. I can't be here for hours getting bubbles out, so I'm just going to have to do the best I can. Sink it. Yep. Tiny little bubbles on the edges there. But look, I think if you're going to take your time so much that you're going to get every single little bubble out, you're probably going to run out of time and your resin's going to be cured before you can use it. I haven't got any left in there. All right, so I'll do a couple more. I'll get into a little routine here, into a little rhythm, figure out what I'm doing. And I should probably have put them in size categories so that I knew which ones were going where. That would also help. All right. I should do that first. Make sure I've got enough big ones. Because if I don't, I'd have to figure something else out. I don't actually have a lot of really big ones. Those are the biggest. I'm going to run out already. Oh gosh. And then these are the next size. Yeah, I don't really have many. The big ones. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Can't stop now. I should have measured them out earlier. Alright, so like I said, I'll just do a few, pop you on a time lapse. Just going to have to put these medium-sized ones as well into those bigger bubbles. I guess if you're doing this, work out, like count how many big ones you've got, and then make sure that you've got the big ones before you start your pour. I didn't really think about it. I just thought, oh, I've got some flowers I can use, and off I went. But yeah, I probably should have had 2 packets of these. Just got them on Amazon. All right, that's, oh, you can see what I'm doing. I will carry on. I'll put you on a time lapse and fill up the rest. Okay, so I'm mixing up some more resin, another 50 grams of A and 22 grams of B. I didn't think it would take so much. So yeah, that'd probably be 100 grams of A and 44 grams of B. Now, I've found another packet of flowers because I'm not going to have enough. They're these ones. A little bit different, but I think they'll still work. So I'm going to take out some of the ones that are in, like this one here, that can go into a bigger one, like that, and put it into a bigger one, and then I can put smaller ones into the smaller holes. Otherwise, I'm going to run out. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll just finish mixing this, and I'll keep going. Okay, so I've got some more resin in my little cup here, and I'll just go and put a little bit in each. Whoa. Just a couple of drops, just to have something in the base there. This one's overflowing, well, quite full. I'll have to take some of that out. And you can have some next door. How about that? Yeah, don't have them too full. That'll do. All right, so what I wanted to do was these white ones. As you can see, I decided to use the white ones anyway. Well, they're kind of creamy colored ones. The smaller ones were more white. These ones are sort of an off-white, so hopefully they'll be okay. So I want to move some of those into slightly smaller bubbles so that I can put these new bigger flowers into those little cavities. Yeah, if you're doing this, I would suggest counting like how many big bubbles there were, and then, you know, making sure you've got enough big flowers to go on them. I kind of just rushed straight into it, but yeah, I probably should have done it better. All right, so let's do the same thing. Pop that in there. So this one here, I'm going to move him, her, I'll pop you over there. I think these ones are a little bit bigger, maybe not a lot bigger, but a little bit bigger. So yeah, and then just continue. So I'll do a couple more and then I'll put you back on a time lapse. I just wanted to sort of explain to you what I was doing rather than just do it. Running out of this size as well. Would have been fine if I'd, you know, just done the large one, but I decided to do the extra large bubble tray. Oh gosh, never mind. All right, put you on a time lapse, and you can move. Where will you go? Just put you back in there for a minute. Let's do a green one. Actually, maybe this yellow one. Oh no, there's two yellows there already, and there's something in there. Get out. Bit of a glitter. How about a purple one? Purple. I haven't done a purple one. Let's do a purple one there. Okay. We'll get there, you guys. We will get there. Righto, these have set. I think they're set enough for me to do the top coat on. Now they look as if they're all different colours, but I think it's just the reflection, you know, like the yellow. It looks as if it's got yellow resin around it, but I think it's just, the resin's just reflecting the colour. I don't think they've actually changed colour. Well, they might have, but I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, let's pop you back up on the stand. And we'll do the next layer. Now, I don't know exactly how much resin it takes. I don't. I have got some Platinum Ultra Clear resin here. It's a nice thin resin. I tried, if I've got lots of little tricky areas that may attract bubbles, I kind of try to do a really thin resin, although like they are, all the edges pretty much are encased in resin. And if there's a few bubbles like on the back here, it won't matter because it's the back. So hopefully the other side's bubble free. So I've got my resin. I did, like I said, it's the Platinum Ultra Clear. I did 300 grams of A and 130 grams of B. And I wanted a shimmery white. So I've added a teaspoon of this pigment powder by Studio by Vicks Shimmer White. I did a teaspoon of that. I did a teaspoon of Bloom White Pigment Paste, and I added a teaspoon of Colour Passions Max White Sparkle because I want some sparkle in there as well. So we'll see how they go. I wanted a nice sort of opaque white. Looks as if it's got a little bit of a shimmer there. So anyway, here it goes. Here it goes. I hope I've got enough resin. Okay, where will we go? We'll just, it's best to sort of pour onto a stick if you can, so that, and then the stick sort of allows the resin to just flow off carefully and not make bubbles as it's going splash splash into your mold. So I always try to do that. Goodbye, beautiful flowers. See you on the other side, literally. Now, the mold is relatively deep. You don't have to fill it all the way. I would kind of like to fill it almost all the way. Let's just let that level itself. I'd hate for it to overflow. Just wait till it's kind of leveled itself. Okay, it looks as if it can take some more. I might have to make some more, you guys. It's only just covered. Gosh. What's that? Is that something in there? It's gone now. Yeah, it could take a little bit more. I think I will mix up a little bit more. When it comes to doing resin trays, I think it's quite important to make them as thick as you can. Otherwise, they've got a tendency of, you know, warping and bowing as soon as they get warm. You know, you put it outside in the sun or in the kitchen and the sun's coming in and they'll start to warp and to bow. So I would advise, if you're making a tray, go as deep as you can. So I'm going to mix up another 100 grams or so of resin. And I'll pour it on, and then you don't need to see me doing that. And then I'll come back to you tomorrow for the unmolding, and I'm going to put some handles on. Yes, I am. I'll show you the handles later. Okay, it's the next day, and it has cured. It's bright and early. It's 6:30 a.m. I haven't even had my coffee yet. I'm so excited to come and unmold this. Let's get it up. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. And I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be able to put the handles on that I want, because the other side's bumpy. So trying to get a handle that I'm going to be able to attach between the bubbles might be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. So it may just be a tray. You could potentially turn it into a clock. Oh, it's quite heavy. What else could we do with it? Just put it on a stand somewhere and display it proudly in your home. Okay, so there's the mold. It's come out beautifully. I will link it for you down in the description if you want that one. And then if you don't want the big one, if you're in the store, you can grab the smaller one, or you can grab the coasters, or a set of 3. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Here we go. Oh, it is gorgeous. Look at that, you guys. Can you see the bit of sparkle in the white? Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I love that. It's so textured. It's like those shoes that you wear that have got the little bumps on them. It's like that. Wow. All right, let's go in for a little bit of a close-up here so I can sort of show you a little bit of the flowers. Can't avoid the little rings though from my ring lights. I don't have overhead lights above my studio desk so that we don't have that big, you know, white blob, but on curved things you get the ring lights, which anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully the camera can focus. So after I finished putting all my little flowers in, I went in with my leftover resin and I filled them up a little bit. This one here I must have missed. See this one? See how it's got white around the edges? So if you don't fill your little bubbles enough, you're going to get like the white edges like that. So try to get the resin to, you know, fill that bubble. This one, no, I don't know why. I must have just missed it. But the others all look really good. It's funny how they are. Like it looks green and that one looks red or pinky color and that one looks purple. But it's just the reflection of the resin. It's not actually colored, the resin. I'm pretty good with the bubbles. I mean, there's some tiny little ones caught, you know, in between some of those little petals, but we can just call them dewdrops on the flowers. It's early morning and there's some dew. All right, so there it is. Love it. Now, I'll show you the handles I was going to do because this is quite light. It's very bright, but it's light. So I thought some black handles would look really nice with it. Again, not sure if I'll be able to fit them, but it's these ones and they look like sticks and I thought that would be appropriate to go with flowers. So I guess it's just going to be a matter of that works between these two, see, there and there, because it's flat. You need to find 2 flat areas that, you know, these are going to fit. So if that's going to be there, then I need something on the opposite side that's going to now these are very wobbly little handles. They don't like standing up. I don't know if I want them the same, no, because see they curve. So I think I would want them to curve out to follow the, you know, the shape of the tray, which curves out as well. So I do think that, I actually think that it would work. I just have to find a spot. Don't know that they're going to be that symmetrical though. Like if I put that one there, how about that one? Yeah, that one there. That one there. That would work. They're not exactly symmetrical, but I think that's probably as close as I can get. Now normally you would resin your handles in, like you turn it over, you do a top coat with putting your handles in, but I'm not doing a top coat because I don't want to lose my bubbles. So I think we'll just have to glue them on. But that would work. I'm going to leave them right there. So it's between those two and then between those two. So I'm going to go and have a coffee and think about how I'm going to glue these on. The only thing I've got is my E6000. I don't think that UV resin would really work because when it's like that, obviously the UV light's not getting through the handle and you can't turn it over to get the UV light through the other side. So I think it's going to have to be glue, and I'm going to have to maybe I'll go up to the man shed and see if there's a stronger glue there. But yeah, it's looking good, looking good. So do I need to show you me gluing them on? Do I? That's what it looks like from the side, all bumpy and textured. So cool. I actually like these new ones. You know how I added these new flowers? And I thought, oh, I don't know if they're going to work. I really like them. Look at that one. I think they're really pretty. Okay, I'm going to go and have my coffee and figure out what glue I'm going to use. I don't know if I'm going to come back and show you me gluing them on. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll say goodbye, and then if I come back, then I come back. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I will take a photo of it finished for you so that you can see the finished product. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.